Hello to all my dear students. In the last class, we have discussed about coelom, right? We have discussed about acoelomates, pseudocoelomates and coelomates. In coelomates, we have discussed about schizocoelomates and enterocoelomates. If you have any doubt, go and check this video. Okay. In this session, we will discuss about another three bases of classification, which is first one, which is called segmentation. So in NCERT, it is given that segmentation. Now, segmentation means it is the serial repetition of organ in some animals. Okay, that serial repetition will be external as well as internal. Okay, so in this segmentation, the another name of segmentation is also called metamerism. Metamerism means serial repetition of organ, which is, body is divided externally and internally. So body division will be external as well as internal. In some animals we can find it, and each segment will be called as metamer. Okay, so each segment, the name of the segment is called metamer. Okay, and in which organism we can see? In the examples are annelids. Annelids means earthworm. We know that in earthworm there will be ring-like repeated organs, right? Ring-like structure. That's why it is called annelids. So annelids, arthropods and chordates, they will have serial repetition of organ. Let's check that what it said about or in NCERT. So they are saying in some animals the body is externally and internally. As I told, if it is only external or only internal, it will be called as pseudo-segmentation or pseudo-metamerism. Okay, so here it is externally and internally divided into segments with a serial repetition of at least some organs. This kind of phenomenon is called as segmentation. For example, earthworm, as I told. So this is called metameric segmentation, and the phenomenon is called metamerism. Metamerism. Okay, remember that. You may confuse with metastasis, metamerism, metagenesis. So all we will discuss. It is called metamerism. Okay. Coming to next one, which is called notochord. Notochord. Now, what is notochord? Notochord is mesodermally derived. Remember that mesoderm, the germ layer between ectoderm and endoderm, that is called mesoderm. Mesodermally derived rod-like structure present dorsally, not ventrally. Okay, present dorsally. This kind of notochord, if it is present in adult or in embryo, in any stages of life, this kind of organism will be called as chordates. If it is absent, then you will be called as non-chordates. So here, notochord present means chordates. As we know, those who have vertebral column, all are chordates. Okay, means reptiles, birds, mammals, So these are chordates. We will learn. And notochord absent means they are called non-chordates. From where to where? From, example, porifera to hemichordates. Because after hemichordates there will be chordates. So two hemichordates from porifera will come under non-chordates. So non-chordates and chordates on the basis of notochord. Let's check what the NCERT said. NCERT said that notochord is mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed, just a minute, formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development in some animals. Animals with notochord are called chordates, and those who don't have, they are called non-chordates. So non-chordates and chordates. Example, porifera to echinoderms. Now remember that some organism will persist the notochord throughout their lifetime. They are called cyclostomes. We will discuss that. Okay. But some organism, it will be converted to vertebral column later. So we will discuss. Those organisms will be called as vertebrata. Later we will discuss that. But those who will have notochord either in the embryonic stage or in the adult stage will be called as chordates. Okay. Coming to, so this is notochord and segmentation. Coming to another one, last one, it is not in the NCERT. I will give you extra. This is one of the basis of classification, and which is last one. What is that? Last one is called fate of blastopore. On the basis of that, we can divide the organism. Blastopore means the in the embryonic stage, after formation of ectoderm, endoderm or germ layers, there will be development of a pore, a hole. That pore is called as blastopore. And this blastopore, if it develops to mouth, it will be called as protostomiates. If it develops to anus, it will be called as deuterostomiates. So based on the fate of blastopore, there will be two types of organisms. First is called protostomiates. So blastopore develops to mouth. Okay. Protostomiates. Proto means first. Stomiate means mouth. So first pore, which is called blastopore, it will develop to mouth. Later there will be development of another pore which leads to the, or which develops to the anus. And the examples are annelids, from platyhelminths to mollusk. Okay, platyhelminths to mollusk. Coming to next one, which is called deuterostomiates. What does it mean? Deutero means later. Okay, second one. So first one, which is called blastopore, it will develop to the anus. Second one, second pore will develop to the mouth. That kind of development or that kind of organism in which the second pore will develop to mouth will be called as deuterostomiates. So blastopore, we can say blastopore developed to anus. Example, echinodermids to chordates. Okay, this kind of organism from echinodermids to chordates will be called as deuterostomiid. So on the basis of the fate of blastopore, we can divide the organisms into two categories, which is called protostomiids and deuterostomiids. In protostomiids, the blastopore developed to mouth, example from platyhelminths to mollusk. And for deuterostomiids, the example are from echinodermids to chordates. Okay. So coming to next one. So let's check that what type of or how many bases of classification we have discussed. So first we have discussed about the level of organization, right? So level of organization, in there we discussed about cellular, tissue, organ system. In symmetry, we have discussed about asymmetrical, then radial symmetrical and bilateral symmetrical animals. Then we have discussed about primary germ layers. Here I have written. So primary germ layers. In primary germ layers, what we have discussed? Diploblastic and triploblastic animals, right? In coelom, we have discussed about acoelomates, pseudocoelomates and the true coelomates, right? In true coelomates, we have discussed extra points, which is schizocoelomates and schizocoelomates and enterocoelomates. Coming to metamerism, that is the serial repetition of organ externally and internally division, and this is called metamerism. Metamerism example annelid, arthropod and chordates, right? Notochord, those who have notochord. Chordate, those who don't have non-chordates. Fate of blastopore, just now we have discussed. So I have discussed about all 7 bases of classification. Okay, so 7 factors by which we can classify the organisms or the animals into different groups. Now we will come one by one to the phylum. Each phylum I will discuss one by one. Okay, so if you like the video, if you think it is helpful, please subscribe and always please do share. I hope that it will give you lot of benefit for not only CBSE but also for NEET. Okay, so thank you once again.